This will be the sky. Oh, it says pull here. Damn. Put your knife back, Rick. Oh. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's see. Reason: cracked receiver, front pin not installed correctly. Adjusted the magazine. Has a new recoil rod, new extractor, new grip, and outside frame pins. So let's see. Oh, and yeah, let's see. Okay. I think they sent me some new floor plates too. That was nice. I don't need them. Here it is again. As you can see, the crack has been repaired. They actually put a new frame on it, which I knew they would do. But let's run a few rounds through this and see if that front pin comes loose again. Where's my axe? There it is. Kind of watching where my brass is going. You saw that one failure to fire, had to double tap it. That's 20. I'll do the 5 last ones off camera because I gotta walk clear back to the car to get them. And from 10 yards, there's my group with the CPX2. And right there's my point of aim, right there at X. So as I'm waiting for this thing to come back from Florida, and I'm agonizing on whether or not I'm so dense that I, couldn't figure out that pin was sticking out the side of the gun when I got it. It was something that was bugging me and keeping me awake at night. Was that pin, did it come to me originally with that pin sticking out, or was it something that happened between the first and second day of shooting? So I thought, well, God, that would be cool to know, but there's no real, wait a minute, I made an unboxing video. So I went back on YouTube and I looked at that video, and sure enough, as plain as the nose on my face as I'm flipping the thing around, telling everybody how cool this gun is and how much I want to get it out to the gun range and go pew pew pew. There it is. There's that pin sticking right where it's supposed to be, fully seated and just like it should have been. So I apologize to Mr. or Mrs. Wood. It didn't say Mr. or Mrs. It just said first initial Wood. Whoever QC'd the gun, test fired it. I'm sorry I called you all those names. I apologize. So the gun came to me QC'd and in working order. I don't know how many times they fired it. They sent one empty cartridge to prove that they fired it. But one of the things that I noticed right away is that it was pitching brass all over here and there. Basically, you draw a straight line through the center of your head, going forward 30 feet and backward 30 feet, and 180-degree arc 30 feet, and that's where your brass was landing. And if you're a reloader like me, that's aggravating. That TP9 that I got, that lays 18 rounds right there at your feet, right in front of you, a little bit to the right. you could put a bushel basket down there, and if it's not windy, you get all 18 rounds land right there in the bushel basket. And this thing was just throwing brass all over the place, so that was a little bit aggravating. Now, when I did run 25 rounds through this yesterday, I did notice that this was extracting the bullets and ejecting to the right and forward, maybe 3 feet forward and 8 to 10 feet to the right. So you actually got your brass is landing in your peripheral vision, kinda, in about a 10-foot circle. So it wasn't spread out as far, but it wasn't exactly pinpoint accuracy. And I did notice that it was still leaving little jagged gouges in the rim. But that might be just a matter of breaking the gun and letting those parts kind of wear. Much better than before. But I will be keeping a very close eye on this pin, particularly the front pin, but both pins specifically, to make sure that these stay seated and where they're supposed to be. Because if one of these happens to walk, you're going to break the frame. So if you got one of these, keep your eyes peeled on those pins. Make sure that they stay where they're supposed to be. And yeah, as far as recommending this gun for a personal defense gun, maybe at this point, not as a primary, just because I had 2 failures, one failure to feed and one failure to fire in 25 rounds. The failure to fire might have been an ammunition related issue. I pulled the trigger, it didn't go pow, and I pulled it again and it went pow. So it ended up discharging. It just took 2 pulls of the trigger. The second magazine in that 25 round string is a failure to feed. The nose of the bullet got hung up on the feed ramp. So it's really unfortunate because it's just a dead sexy gun. I mean, I just love the looks of this thing. I like how it feels in my hand. It's not too small. It's not too big. The trigger pull is pretty heavy, but you don't notice that when you're firing it. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, so we'll see. Why don't we do this? We'll revisit this gun at 1,000 rounds, and I'll give my recommendation then. If anything happens between now and 1,000 rounds, I'll make a video and fill you in. Fair enough? Okay, so what did they replace? They replaced the recoil rod, the extractor, the grip, which is the frame, because you can't replace the grips, and the frame pins. It's pretty standard operating procedure for this gun, or any gun that goes back to sky. Those are the things they replace. Yeah, refer to my unboxing video. You'll see for yourself that those pins were where they're supposed to be, and everything was copacetic. And then I ran 40 rounds through it. I think I mentioned this before, and I was using a new camera, and I didn't know what I was doing when I was using the camera, and I ended up not recording half the video I thought I recorded, simply because I didn't push the right dang button. I'm such a moron. So I went back the next morning and reshot the video, and that's when I noticed that that pin was sticking out of the frame 1/8 of an inch. And I still couldn't connect the dots. See, that's how slow I am on the draw. I'm so stupid that's, Dave, I wonder why that pin's sticking out like there. I think I'll run 40 more rounds through it. What do you think, boys? That a good idea? Okay, let's do it. And I ran 40 rounds through it anyway. I'm sorry, it's hotter than hell in here, and my brain's starting to go a little on me. But, yeah. Yeah, if the pin's sticking out of the side of your gun, don't shoot it. Anyway, if you have one of these, make sure you keep your eye out on that pin. Customer service is off the chain. I got nothing but praise to sing for the customer service at SCCY Industries. They were prompt, they were courteous, they weren't condescending, and I don't know how many times have you called the customer service department in a business and were made to feel like you were some kind of moron. You're inconveniencing them by making the phone call. These people were prompt, they were courteous. They asked what was wrong with the gun. I told them, and without hesitation, before I could even finish my description, they said, we need to get that gun in here. What's your email address? We'll send you a shipping label. And literally within 5 minutes I had that shipping label in my hands. And I mean, everything about this was easy. It was easy. There was no hoops to jump, no hidden fees. It was they didn't cost me anything. I didn't have to pay for any shipping. I just dropped it off at a UPS store, and a week later it came back. So customer service, you're not going to find better customer service in the industry, I don't think. I might be wrong, but that's how good I feel about Sky's customer service. So, you know, that's a huge sigh of relief, because, you know, as much as I love my Canik TP9, and if you watch my Canik TP9 video, you know I love that gun. I've got nothing but praise to sing for that gun, and I haven't had any failures of any kind, other than the Cerakote coating on the slide, but that's to be expected. But that only has a 1-year warranty. After a year, I'm on my own. The warranty goes with this gun. No matter how, as long as SCCY Industries is in business, this gun's covered, whether I own it or somebody else owns it. So that's a good selling point. So at this point, I can't make a well-informed decision on whether or not I'm going to recommend this gun for a personal defense weapon, simply because I don't have enough rounds through it. So we'll revisit this, like I said, at 1,000 rounds, and I'll make my determination then. So in the meantime, if you haven't yet, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate those. Go ahead, if you're so inclined, to comment down in the comment sections. And until the next video, or until the next SCCY video, you have yourself a splendid day. Now, well, I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow, but maybe I'll clean up Roscoe and go shoot Roscoe tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds like fun. So, in the meantime, see ya.